Hi, good morning and welcome. My name is Steph, also known as Coach Steph B. Sorry, I am kneeling down right now because I have my computer set to be able to teach the little sample class in a moment. Actually, I might just sit on here. It'll be more comfortable. Welcome. I hope you're feeling good today. So, before we dive in, I just want to take you through a little bit of the program today and give you a little bit of background. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to share my screen and then I will come back to you in one moment. So here we go. Share my screen. Let's hope technology is with us today. Right, it's always like that. Specific application window. There we go. All right. So here we go. Welcome to, let me just flip that around. I have lost my little mouse is gone. You know what? Technology sometimes doesn't work, right? When you need it to be working. There it is. Okay. So let me just stop sharing. Why can't I get out of here? My mouse has disappeared. Okay, let's do this. Never mind. It's not working for me. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry, ladies. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on here. It worked perfectly fine yesterday when I was trying it out, and then today it's no longer working. I'm going to, I don't know. All right, we'll have to improvise. So today I wanted to talk to you about the concept of mindful living and mindful eating, as well as mindful movement, right? So I have been a health fitness instructor and coach for about 20 plus years now. And I found throughout my experience and as well my own life that one of the key approaches to everything was to work on our mind, to work on our nutrition, and to work on our bodies, right? But it's all about trying to do this in a way that is going to be truly meaningful, right? I don't understand what's going on. Why is nothing working? And so being mindful is really not that complicated. Being mindful is about being attentive and paying attention to your thoughts, paying attention to how and what you are eating, paying attention to how you are moving your body, right? So I want to take you through this is just terrible. I am unable to do anything. My mouse has literally disappeared from my screen and I am unable to have any control over my computer now. So I don't know how to exit this screen and take you through my presentation. This is not what I had expected, and everything was working fine yesterday. There we go. Finally. So my name is Steph. I'm a certified fitness, wellness, nutrition coach. See, I was trying not to let stress get to me now. And like I said, I bring 20 plus years of experience as an instructor, as a coach, but also as an athlete. I've run over 12 marathons, countless half marathons and shorter distances. I danced for close to 15 years as a ballerina. And today I'm actually on a mission to empower women like you, like me, to connect and reconnect with ourselves, right? Because when I got closer to 40, and in fact, I'll be honest with you, the day of my 40th birthday a few years ago, I woke up feeling as if I had been hit by a bus, right? And I just couldn't do, my training didn't work anymore. The workouts didn't work for me anymore. I really couldn't recognize myself. I was uncomfortable in my own body, and I was going through so much physical and mental stress, right? I mean, you think that as you get older, there's less stress, but actually there's kind of more, right? Because the problems are a bit bigger and they take on a bigger toll. And so I'm on a mission to empower you, to empower myself, to really reconnect with our bodies, to learn how to love ourselves, to try and let go of mental and physical tension, but also to make peace with food. For 27 years, I suffered from an eating disorder, bulimia nervosa. And I used to think that exercise was a punishment to what I had been eating, or that food was a reward to the intensity of the exercise and workouts I'd been doing. And I really forced myself to believe that. I forced myself to believe that every time I looked into a mirror, it would give me a vision of me that was deformed, right? Body dysmorphia is a thing. And I used to constantly be chasing one diet after the other. Actually, when I look back at photographs, I'm like, it was all in my head, right? My body was absolutely fine. In fact, wow, my body could do amazing things. And I was never giving it credit for it. So I also want to help women ditch that diet mentality to be free and to feel confident and proud and energized and happy, right? So in today's program, we're going to be talking about the importance of mindful living, mindful eating, and intuitive eating. And if you're interested in learning more towards the end, I will share with you about my Love Your Body program and memberships. And I also have a little gift for you at the end. But first, I want us to all move together. So we're going to do a 20-minute, actually a little shorter than 20-minute, Ballet Be Fit sample class. Ballet Be Fit brings the fusion of ballet essentials and fitness principles. It combines ballet and athleticism with poise and grace. It's stretch, lengthening, and toning the body. It improves physical and mental health. It boosts your energy, builds your confidence, and generates an overall feeling of joy, right? So, with that said, let's come back to our presentation here. And I can't escape that again. This is really, there we go. No, I don't. All right, I have no idea what happened there, but we are back. Okay, so let's move together as I promised. So, oh, and good morning, Mary. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So here we go. For this next portion of our time together, you are just going to want to make sure that you have a little bit of space around you and that you have a chair or a wall or a table, something to hold onto in case you need some balance, right? So let's begin. First of all, we're going to start with our posture. So I want you to bring your feet shoulder width apart, right? And then from here, I want you to really feel that you're planting the base of your feet into the ground. So focus on having your toes and the balls of your feet, as well as your heels, planted in the floor. Scoop through your tailbone, feel your legs lengthening, and take that tailbone down towards the ground. Now from here, picture from your pelvis, there is a nice strong line coming all the way up to your chest. Right here, just rub your chest and imagine there is a nice bright light that is shining onto your horizon in front of you, right? And then from there, you are going to imagine there is a plumb line coming through the crown of your head, reaching you, making you grow taller towards the ceiling, right? And feel your spine elongating. Good. We're going to stretch our neck and shoulders from here. So release your arms down, right? Inhale, exhale, take your head to the side, center. 3 times on each side. Exhale when you look to the side. Last one, hold it here. Come back to the center. Inhale, exhale, other side. Center, side, center,
side, center. Last one. And look down towards your chest as if you're like, oh, did I spill some spaghetti sauce on my top? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Good. And some shoulder circles. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. From here, interlace the fingers, press the arms out, reach above your head. And then from here, we're just going to round everything. So pull the shoulders up to the ears, round forward, rounding head, neck, shoulders coming all the way down. Bend the knees. Come on down. And then unroll yourself all the way up, up, up. Pull the shoulders down, reach back. Good, let's do this one more time. Reach up, come on forward, round the head, neck, shoulders, and push your belly button towards your spine, right? Use your abdominals to do this and press the palms towards the ground, soft bend in the legs, and then unroll yourself up, 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 up. Reach tall and release down. Welcome. Now from here, push the floor away as if you're trying to really, when you want to press down on something to kind of look up, imagine you're at a concert and Mick Jagger's on stage and you just want to check him out a little bit more, right? And push the floor away, grow yourself. Another 3, 2, 1. Great work. All right. From here, we're just going to come into a gentle raise onto the tiptoes. We'll just do this 5 times, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And now we're going to take it into what I call a little floating jog. So you're just going to alternate your arms and your legs, bringing the arms to shoulder level, right? But this is totally low impact. There is no jumping or anything. And you're just alternating, coming on the balls of your feet on each side. I want you to feel the lightness in your arms. Good. We're here for 60 seconds and we're already reaching the halfway mark of this floating jog. Keep those shoulders nice and down. The head is nice and tall. Neck is long. Your arms are so light. You got 15 seconds to go here. Good. Breathe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Great job. Go ahead, grab a hold of your chair or your bar, right? And here's what we're going to do. We're going to come into a little plie and rise up, right? So it's a bend and a stretch, rising up. We're going to do this with our feet parallel, and then we're going to do this with our feet in a gentle first position. I'm just checking my little cheat sheet here. As humans, after a while, the memory isn't the same as what it used to be. All right, good. Plie, raise. So we're going to do the first one with our feet parallel. The second one we're going to do with our feet in a gentle first, but we're going to go into a gentle little feather movement with our arms. All right, so here we go. Hold on to your bar, come into a bend, and stretch up, but come onto the balls of your feet. Good. Nice. And as you do this, really get into your glutes and feel your hips sending you up to the ground, right? The difference when you're doing ballet-inspired exercises is you use the floor to push yourself away, right? You have to think about it as a stretch when you are straightening parts of your body, right? And if you tell yourself that mentally, you get to actually execute it physically. Good. We got another 20 seconds here, and then we'll go into that gentle first position. Great work. This is really good for the ankles, for the feet, but also for blood circulation in your legs, right? Helps pump that blood back up. 3, and 2, and 1. Reach up, release down, clap your heels together, and you're in the gentle first position. Bend the knee slightly, tuck the tailbone towards the ground, engage your pelvis, and Lift the pelvis up towards the belly button, and then exhale, belly button towards the sky. And then from here, imagine you've got these little feathers that are on the floor, and you want to be gathering the feathers with your arms. So when you come up, you send the elbows towards the ceiling, and then when you come down, you send the elbows towards the ground, and you're gathering these feathers here. Really want you to embody lightness in your arms. So here we go. And floating, lightness. Breathe, good. 1 minute here in total. How are we feeling? Good? I want you to feel that your legs are working, your glutes are working, right? Your shoulders are getting a workout, but at the same time, you are letting go of all the tension in the upper body, right? Because we're focusing on the lightness and the grace of the movements in our arms. Good. Beautiful. This requires a little bit of coordination. It's excellent for the brain as well. You're doing really good. You have 15 seconds to go here. I just recorded 2 classes before this, so I'm teaching another 2 afterwards. So it's a full day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Excellent. All right. Our next one, we're going to go into a plié and a jeté, right? So jeté is you are sliding your foot on the ground, stretching your leg, and slightly lifting it up as if you're throwing it. Jeter in French literally means to throw. So I'm not asking you to throw your legs away, not at all, right? I'm just asking you to imagine you're like throwing something away with your foot. So like a matchstick, lighting the ground with your toe. So we're going to do this in parallel towards the front. Then we're going to come into gentle first, and you're going to present the inside of your leg to the front. Then we're going to come into second position, and then we're going to do the same thing on one leg, and then we'll do the same in fourth, and then we'll do it all over again onto the other side. Each of these moves is going to be 30 seconds, and so we're here for a total of 4 minutes, both sides included, right? This is really good for the inner thighs, outer thighs, and for your glutes, and also overall core that's holding you nice and tall. So here we go. You can have both hands on the bar or just one, because we'll do it 2 times in any case. So you come down, bend, stretch. Good. So plié, jeté in front. Take your attention to the glute of the standing leg and the quadriceps, the top of the thigh of the working leg in front, right? Feel them both. If you're able to take your hands off the bar, put one on top of your quad and the other one on your glutes, and notice how they're working. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Clap the heels together and front first. Good. And exhale, down and up. Nice work. You got this. Really stretch your leg out, pointing your toe, pushing the top of the ankle forward. Nice work. And a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point to the side, and here we go. It's a big plie in second, and reach out. 1. Good. Nice work. Make sure you're not leaning sideways, right? You don't want to be leaning sideways. You want to be staying nice and tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw a quarter circle with your point in front, and here we go. Plie here. Up and up, up. Good. You got this. Nice work. And once we're here, we're going to go onto the back leg. And a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue. Plie and leg behind you. Yes. Good. Make sure your kneecap imagine it has a little light on it, and it's lighting the side of the room right here. Good. You got this. Nice. Exhale. Beautiful. Feeling those legs and glutes working? Fantastic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs back in. We're back into parallel. Down. Stretch the other leg to the front. Good. Breathe. This is all low impact, but you will notice it may be raising your pulse a little bit. Great job. Nice work. And a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clap your heels together, back in first, and plie. In front, presenting the inside of your leg. Good. Nice work. You're doing really good. We have some little recovery coming after this full sequence with some port de bras. 3, 2, 1. Point to the side. We're down into our wide plie. Down, straight, and lift. Jeté. Side, 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 side. Good. Great job. And remember, when you're going sideways, not to lean sideways, to stay nice and tall. Use your standing hip to lift you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle, quarter circle to the front. And here we go. Bend, lift. Good. Tell yourself less than 1 minute to go here. The legs get a break. And we get a nice stretch of the upper body. Good job. And keep breathing. Smile. Lift your chest up. Remember your beautiful light shining your magical horizon. 3, 2, 1. And back. Back. Good. Exhale. Stretch your leg out. Squeeze into your hip and your glutes. You are beautiful. You're so strong. You can do this. Repeat after me. I am strong. I am beautiful. And I can do this. 3, 2, 1. And in. Release down. Stay into gentle first. Bend. Scoop the tailbone. Stretch. Inhale, both arms to the side. Exhale, lean to one side. Inhale, back, arms parallel to the ground. Exhale, lean the other side. Inhale here. Exhale, reach arms above the head. Inhale, scoop the tailbone. Exhale, reach far, far, far forward in front of your hips. Hold it here, engaging into the core. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come all the way down to the floor. Breathe. Bend the knees and stretch the legs 3 times. You're still bending forward. Last one. This gives you a nice kind of lateral and posterior stretch. And then lengthen, lengthen back halfway up. And exhale all the way up. Inhale, exhale back. Open your arms out to the side. Reach far. Release down. And breathe. Get yourself a quick sip of water. We're going to move on to some standing abs and some arms. Beautiful. Okay. So for your standing abs, you will no longer need the bar. Actually, you might. I'll leave it here just in case. Okay. So our next one, you're going to come into a nice Legs are nice and wide, right? In a second position. Scoop the tailbone under. Open your arms nice and out to the side. You're going to come into a nice plié down. Bend. Rise up. Point your leg and stretch with the arm of the leg, of the same side as leg. Stretching. Reach towards the other arm. Note that my other arm stays at shoulder level. And we do it again. Down. Bend. Reach up. Stretch. Down. Bend to the side, reach up, stretch. So you're working on your external obliques here. Good. We do 30 seconds on each side. 15 seconds down, 15 seconds to go. And up, and reach, and down. Bend, up, reach, last 2. Bend, up, reach, last 1. Bend, up, reach. Great job. Switch sides. Down, bend, rise up, reach, down, bend, rise up, reach, down, bend. Good. Up, reach, over the halfway mark here, up, reach, down, and again, up, reach. 2 more, and breathe. You got it. Last one. Down, up, reach. Great job. Release down. Excellent. All right. Standing abs, other version. We're just going to do 10 on each side for the sake of today, okay? Because then we need to get into our presentation, all right? So here's what you're going to do. We're going to go stretch the leg in front, reach the arm up. So you're reaching really far away, and then you're going to reach elbow towards the knee. But I want you to keep nice pointed foot. Why? Because notice when your foot is active and you're pointing, you're engaging your quadriceps and your hamstring in an isometric way. So it's working the muscle just a little bit deeper, right? So here we go. Stretch your leg in front, stretch your arm above, nice stretch, and in, out, in 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lengthen the body. 7, 8. Smile. 9, and 10. Release down and in. Great job. Go to our arms from V to T. 5, 4, 3. Palms facing forward. 2, 1, and T to W. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in W. Squeeze the elbows closer to the waist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, open, close, push back, squeeze, lift the chest up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this one more time. Arms up in a V, from V to T, palms facing forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. T to W. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. W. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Gather the feathers. Gather the feathers. Feathers are gathered at the bottom. And as you lift them up, bring them in front of you. Imagine you have little mirrors in your palm, checking yourself out in the right, in the left. Bring the shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the arms and the feathers all the way up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, release the feathers all the way open. Stretch your arms to the side and release down. Great job. All right, take a sip of water. This was just a little sample of a Ballet Be Fit class. I teach 3 different types of Ballet Be Fit class each week. A 60-minute class and actually 2 60-minute classes and a 45-minute class. Saturday is a signature, so we do really a full sort of more traditional bar, standing, some center work and some floor work. Mondays is more of a strengthen, lengthen, and tone. And Tuesdays is what I call a BLT, but it's not bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes, right? It's butts, legs, and tums. Okay, so actually I just recorded one this morning because I wasn't able to teach yesterday. Okay, so are you ready? Let's dive into our presentation. So just going to move and sit here and let's get started. All right. Oh, good. I'm so glad someone says that they felt the tension go away with this short session. So imagine what you can achieve with a full hour long, a 45-minute long session, you know, and imagine this is just one after a full series. It's honestly, I absolutely love it, you know, and I danced for a long time, but as I got older and when I moved to New York, I wanted to get back to dancing, but I couldn't find a class where I really felt comfortable because a lot of the classes here bring about some professional dancers that use the classes just for their kind of warm up or their workout. And I felt quite intimidated, you know, and I didn't feel it was a little bit too intense. It was going a little bit too fast. I would get really excited about going to the class, and then I would walk out feeling a little bit, how to say, a little bit, I wouldn't say crushed, but, you know, just a bit sort of, oh, this isn't really for me. I'm a bit too old for this. You know, they're all super young and they're all, and then I would go to, you know, I taught as well some like HIIT classes and, you know, some tablet conditioning and all that sort of stuff. And they're great workouts and they're fantastic in your 20s and your 30s. But when you get into your 40s, you need a different style, right? And I came across Ballet Be Fit a few months ago. I absolutely fell in love with the class. I took the certification course to become an instructor, and I've now been teaching Ballet Be Fit for a few weeks. So I'm excited to be sharing this. You can probably see that I get quite excited about sharing this, but for me, it's completely changed. I mean, it's changed my posture's improved again. You know, I realized that because of the pandemic, spending time at home, spending more time sitting and at the computer, my posture was starting to go, and never used to worry about that before because I was always on the go. But being at home a lot more has had that impact, and that's why I want to share that with everyone and letting go of the tension and just that feeling of joy, right? And because you have to focus on your body, you have to, it takes your mind off your worries. It takes your mind off everything else. And when you come back to the work you're doing or whatever you're dealing with in that moment, you've gained some perspective. And so you don't tackle an issue the same way as you would have an hour before, right? So, all right, enough about me and Ballet Be Fit. I could go on talking about this forever. If you do want to join me for some classes, I will pop in the comments below all the details, where to sign up for a class, and my schedule, etc. I'll give you all this at the end. But let's dive back to our presentation. So let's try and share this screen again and hope it works. So let's go share screen. I'm sharing my screen. There we go. We're back into our mindful eating presentation. Opening it up. I just realized I need to change something so you can see my screen properly. There we go. Okie dokie. And let's go into full screen. All right, so We just went through our Bally Be Fit class, and now let's talk about what it means to eat mindfully. So we spoke about what it means to move mindfully, right? Because we just did. And let's look at eating mindfully. Mindful eating is simply a type of awareness that you have when you're eating food, right? So instead of eating mindlessly, like eating a bag of chips, watching TV, and not even thinking about what you're eating or how much you're eating, it's actually being aware that you are eating. Okay, so in an ideal world, we would consider that it's best to not be doing anything else and not have any other distractions and to just focus on your plate, right? Do we all live in an ideal world? No. Is perfectionism the way we want to go? No, I am never going to push you in that direction. I'm going to push you towards progress. I'm going to push you towards doing a tweak a week to help you improve so that you can feel better without feeling overwhelmed. So, when you are eating mindfully, you are not judging yourself. You are just enjoying the moment that you are eating, right? You are just paying attention to the food, how it feels, what it tastes like, what it smells like. You're just being a bit more attentive. It is a form of mindfulness, absolutely, because it uses the same principles, right? The only difference is that mindful eating actually uses some of the techniques of mindfulness, right, to be whilst you are eating. And why is it so beneficial? Well, first of all, it's going to enable you to understand better how hungry you are, and do you need to eat more or do you need to eat less, right? Have you ever been, and this happens to me quite a lot sometimes, to be honest, but you're super busy, you've got some work to do, you're rushing between appointments, or a friend said to you, I sent you an email about, this event we're going to be doing. Can you have a look at it? And you're like, yeah, I'll have a look. And you forget. And you get reminded. And it's your mum or it's your friend or your kids. And you go, okay, oh, well, I'm eating. Okay, well, I'm going to check this email. And you sit there and you're eating and you're checking your email. And then suddenly you go, oh, there's nothing left in my plate. Did I really eat all that? Or later on in the day, someone says to you, hey, what did you have for lunch today? And you cannot remember because you weren't paying attention. So in simple terms, mindful eating is, pardon me, is beneficial because it's going to heal your relationship with food. It's going to force you to eat a little bit slower. It's going to require you to pay attention to what you are eating and how you are feeling. Therefore, you'll be able to know whether you feel more hungry or if you feel quite full. You'll also be able to understand what types of food satisfy your hunger and make you feel good and what types of food actually don't. But you can only understand this if you've paid attention and if you've been mindful. So what are the key benefits of mindful eating? Well, now that you understand what mindful eating is and how it works, you probably want to know, pardon me, why is it so important to be eating mindfully? Well, like I said before, it's going to help you bridge your relationship with food, right? It's also going to help you put an end to emotional eating. I mean, we've all done this and we all do this. That moment when we're super stressed, or that moment when we have a super important project to do or our taxes to do, and we procrastinate by checking out what's in the fridge and seeing, did anything appear since about an hour ago from the last time I checked? Well, here's the thing. Once you start eating mindfully, this habit actually starts to die because you no longer feel that you have to eat to fulfill an emotional need. You also become more familiar with when you are actually hungry as opposed to bored or emotive, and also when you are full. And here's the best thing, is that because you're eating slower and you're paying more attention to what you're eating, it improves your digestion. So that bloating feeling that we tend to get usually after lunch because we're rushing, that dissipates and goes away. It doesn't go away in the first ever time of eating mindfully. It goes away over time. It takes about, I want to say, maybe 3 to 5 days to start slowing down how you're eating your lunch to have that bloated feeling post-lunch go away. Now, I've just mentioned this, that mindfulness can help you with emotional eating, because it also is going to help you with some coping skills. It's going to better understand the difference between your physical hunger and your emotional hunger. And it can, to a certain extent, help you lose weight, right? And I'm not saying that mindful eating is meant to lose weight, because it's not. But if you have a tendency to eat more than what your body actually needs, that's where mindful eating is going to help you rebalance that altogether. It prevents you from overeating, essentially. And like I mentioned before, emotional eating is reduced, but also, and much like mindful movement and Ballet Be Fit did, it helps you bring back joy into eating nourishing food for your body, right? Because you're going to feel good. And when something makes you feel good, you're going to want to do it again, right? Mindful eating improves your relationship with food. You learn how to appreciate food. You learn how to appreciate the foods that are good for you. All your senses become activated because you're being more attentive. Like I said, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? What does it look like? Right? So you're having to really look around you. And sometimes, what does it sound like, right? When you're cooking and something is a little bit sizzling or something is snap, crackle, and popping, right? So you experience, it's a full sensory experience. And you're also, because you're improving your relationship with food, you don't have that guiltiness or shameful feeling when you might be eating something like, hey, for me, chocolate. Dark chocolate is my go-to after lunch, right? It's my little snack and it's my little pick-me-up. But I know that I need it because, A, I teach a lot of classes, I sweat a lot, I need to refill on magnesium, and it calms my overall nervous system. Do I eat the whole packet? No, because I just take 2 little squares and that is it. The packet here, it lasts me approximately 2 weeks. It sits on my desk. Years ago, I would never have been able to do this. Never. I would have had the whole thing, and then the whole feeling of shame, of guilt, and all of that would have ensued. But now it's totally fine. I'm okay with it. And you know what? If I eat a little bit more, that's cool. Tomorrow, I'll eat a little bit less, right? So just rebalancing that feeling and that emotion that's tied between you and your body and how you nourish it. So starting to eat mindfully, here are the first few steps you can take. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by starting to become a mindful eater, here is where to start. First of all, let's not do this for all the meals in the day, right? Let's just pick one. So I suggested lunch because lunch tends to be the one where we are the most erratic and all over the place. But if you want to start with breakfast or with dinner, that is absolutely fine. Pick one meal and commit to it. Try to turn off all the distractions and try to sit quietly with your meal. Let your mind focus and enjoy your meal. Now, I'm going to give you a little caveat here on the turn off all distractions. The reality is we live in a world where there's constant distraction. Turning all the distractions off, unless you live in the countryside and you're able to step away from everything, is virtually impossible. And if you're not able to do it, you're just going to get frustrated. So here's what I would like to do. I'm flipping the script around for you. I would like to recommend you that instead of, if you're not able to turn off all the distractions around you, if you have to be in front of your computer, if you have to be keeping an eye on a toddler, a cat, a dog that's acting crazy, or this is the only moment you get a chance to read through your emails, that is fine. But what I would like you to do is to set a timer that is going to be at least 20 to 30 minutes, right? And I would like you to take that time of 20 to 30 minutes to make your meal last so that you don't have to rush through eating it and you can take your time. The other thing I would like you to consider as you do this is that every mouthful you take, you put your fork down and you take the time to chew. Every mouthful you take, you look down at your plate, you look down at your fork, and you become aware of the motion of putting the food into your mouth. Okay? So that's where to start. One meal, pay attention to how and what you're eating. Set your timer and let it stretch out the time of your meal. And try to just focus a little bit more. You know the 80-20 rule? Bring 80% of your focus on your food, 20% on what you're reading. So if you have to read or do something else, do something that is not going to require 100% of your attention. Shifting your mindset with mindful eating. Slow down and enjoy the moment, stretching out the time. Flip every negative thought into an accepting one. I think this week a few of you had shared some intentions that you had, and a lot I noticed was starting with a stop this, no longer do that. I would like you to flip things around to always have, instead of a stop and no longer doing, flip it into a start and start doing and becoming, and always try to think of statements into something positive, right? So I am going to stop letting people's bad moods get to me. Flip it around into, I am going to start having my positive mood be stronger than everyone else's around me, right? So your positivity becomes your strength. Okay. And then I'd like you to take some deep breaths before practicing mindfulness, whether it's with some movement, whether it's when you're eating, whether it's just when you need to think, to just focus on your breaths. And you know what? 3 breaths suffice. Just 3 breaths. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out, right? 3 times. And then another thing you can do is track how you eat and how much you eat. So what might be useful as you start this journey is just to make a little note on how this made you feel and how this is helping you with your food and your relationship towards your body and your relationship towards your food. I want you to start becoming aware of your eating habits and patterns so that you're able to understand exactly what is making you uncomfortable with yourself, what might be causing a negative thought, what might be causing a positive thought, right? If you have something that makes you feel good for the rest of your day, you need to make a note of it, because that is something that's truly nourishing, not just your body, but also your soul, right? And obviously, you're going to see some growth as you improve your relationship with food. Here are a few things to pay attention to whilst eating, and I've mentioned them already, but let me just repeat these here. Think about why you chose this food that you're having. Why did you make this dish? Was it because it was what was in the fridge? Because it's what you felt like? Because you felt happy? Because you have a great bottle of wine and this would have made a great pairing option? Think about, how does it smell? Do you enjoy these flavors? What kind of satisfaction do they bring? When did you start experiencing fullness? And did you stop at the moment you started experiencing fullness, or did you force yourself to finish a plate? Leftovers are fine. They can make a healthy snack later on or tomorrow. They can also make a little patch up for a lunch on the fly if need be. Do you feel happy and satisfied? How do you feel when you are full? Do you feel like, oh, I'm so full, I'm going to explode? Or do you feel, I'm satisfied and I feel so good? Do you have that feeling of lightness, or do you have that feeling of heaviness? Just consider them. What foods make you feel the best, but what foods also don't, right? I know there are certain types of food. For example, I love sushi, but when I eat sushi, damn, the sushi rice just does not work for me. It makes me feel so bloated and gassy and uncomfortable. So I'm aware that if I'm going to eat sushi, I'm going to feel crap. It's just the way it is. But do I beat myself up for it? Absolutely not. However, do I eat a lot of it? No. I just have a little bit, sample size, preferably at lunchtime, so that by the time I go to bed, that feeling has dissipated and gone away. And then I'd like you to consider, are you learning your own hunger signals? And so does what you eat matter? Well, that's a common question, because the reality is, right now in this instant, we just want you to learn how to start paying more attention to how you're eating, right? But eventually, the purpose of mindful eating is so that you understand how your body functions, so that you understand your own habits, your choices, and how food makes you feel. And so eventually, this enables you to start developing the skill of intuitive eating. As you become more attentive to what you eat and how this makes you feel, you will start instinctively to make conscious decisions towards more healthy choices. You will naturally start gravitating towards foods that truly nourish you, that make you feel good, both inside and out. Mindfulness can really change how you think about food and how you think about your own body. You may not even realize it, but we all have certain judgments and preconceptions about food. Sometimes we think this too much sugar causes this, or eating this makes that. We have judgments on our relationship with food. And so, if, for example, a little cheeky snack, and here we go, beating ourselves up. Oh my God, I got to go to the gym for like 7 hours continuous and get on that treadmill on a 15% incline because I ate a chip. No, fry, we say fry here, right? Well, no, you don't have to. It's okay. As long as you don't have fries and burgers every day, it's okay. I'm a big believer in balance. And trust me, I've been through it. I spent years binging and purging, 27 years, from the age of 8 to 35. It's now been over 8 years since that is over. So it takes some time, but it is possible, and it is okay to bridge your relationship with food. With mindful eating, you're no longer judging anything that you eat. You're no longer judging, blaming, shaming, guilt tripping yourself. You start developing intuitive eating practice. You start to know what your body needs and when, right? You start to know what type of food you need and why you need it. Okay, you start knowing what are the portions and the quantities you need to eat. I'll give you an example for myself today. I recorded 2 workouts already this morning. I just taught a sample class with you. In just less than 30 minutes, I'm teaching 2 back-to-back classes, and then I have to record 2 more workouts for some of my clients that have asked me to record the workouts for them, right? So that's a lot of movement and exercise for me in one day. Am I going to eat just a salad? No, obviously my food quantities, I ate a little bit more yesterday to prepare for today. Today, I make sure I'm nourishing, refueling after each workout and session I teach. And tomorrow, I'm going to also allow my body to have a rest and a recovery day, right? So it's really important. The point is not to tell yourself you shouldn't eat something. The point is for you to acknowledge the food choices and understand why you're making them, how they make you feel during and after eating them, and also how this really nourishes your body. That's all there is to it. So in summary, mindful living is more than a concept or a mindset. It's a way of life. It's being more attentive to who you are, how you live, paying more attention to yourself so you're able to understand the things that fuel you and the things that really suck all the energy out of you, just like relationships around you, people, places, etc. It's being able to recognize when to say yes, when to say no, so that the choices you make in your day-to-day life are going to help you feel good and help you move towards your goals and your dream life. Mindful movement such as Bally Be Fit helps you develop the mind of a yogi, the heart of a runner, and the body of a dancer. As you are focused on your body and on the movements you're taking, it takes your mind away from your worries. It helps you relax. It relieves the mental and physical tension. Mindful eating helps you bridge your relationship with food. So the steps towards intuitive eating, ditching the diet mentality, and no longer living in deprivation are all found within the mindful living concept. Moving mindfully, eating mindfully, thinking mindfully. So Thank you so much. I'm going to open up for questions, which you can type in the little chat box on the side. Please drop me an email, steph@bfitbfab.com. I will send you a little guide that comes along with mindful eating, along with a sample recipe guide with a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. And I am also super excited because I'm launching a mindful movement challenge, which is going to take place, if I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of May. I think it's the second weekend of May. It's going to be a 5-day challenge. I'm going to spend 3 days intensive in the group, and then you'll have a bonus 2 days to do on your own in your own time, but I'll still be there to answer questions. I've actually called this challenge the Zen Out because it's all about just bringing back a little bit of chill. And that mindful movement challenge is going to include some little mini Bali Be Fit sessions. We're going to do some mindful thinking, some stillness together, and we're going to also touch a little bit on some nutrition and some recipes. And then in June I am launching a program called Love Your Body, which is going to kick off with a little Love Your Body boot camp, and then I have a subscription to this program, which includes 3 Bali Be Fit classes a week, 1 Zen Out class per week, 1 ab class, and a monthly recorded what I called Zen Out, which is like a walk and thought that you can listen to and just helps you with general mindset. And then this comes along with weekly wellness challenges, a nutrition tip, and a recipe. So all that's in a membership, and I can send you more information about that. So let me come out of this to stop sharing. And here we go. We're back here looking in. So do you have any questions for me today? Is there anything I can help you with? Love the reminder that we should eat, we should be non-judgmental and focus on the awareness of how it makes us feel. Absolutely, yes. You don't ever judge yourself, right? Hey, there are loads of people who will take care of that for you, so don't pay attention to them, right? Just focus on the good things for yourself, right? And it's in the beginning, like I said, it's about being more attentive to just how you feel and what you're eating. So yeah, thank you for that. Anyone else, any other questions? And did you have any questions on the Ballet Be Fit or on nutrition or anything I can help you with today? And like I said, I'm here for another 5 minutes or so, and more than happy to tune in and address any questions that you might have. The session here is going to stay in the group for another while. So if you want to come back to it, if you want to check out the sample class again, if you want to have a look at the workshop again, please do. I'm just going to put here in the comment my email so that you can ping me a note. I think you all received the reminder, right, for today's workshop in your email. So if I use that, I can send you the little guide, I have a little mindful eating guide that's going to recap a lot of the things we talked about this morning, and then I'll share some of the recipes with you. All right, well, if you don't have any other questions, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I don't know what happened with technology at the beginning of the session, so I deeply apologize for that. And I am going to wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that I was able to bring you some joy. I hope I was able to help you just relax, let go of any guilty or shameful feeling you might have when it comes to food, and that you are going to carry into the rest of your day some of the tips you learned today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and please don't hesitate to come and try a Belly Be Fit class, I will send you the link. I will post it in the group, and you can use the code TRYBBF to get a discount on your first class. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you very soon. And please let me know if you are interested in my Mindful Movement Challenge that is going to take place in May. Bye.